Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing reviews, and that will be on two different eyeshadow palettes, which is Jacklyn Hill versus Classic. But just before I dive right into the video, I got informed about not knowing how to subscribe, or they'll bill me from my bank account if I subscribe and all of those things. Well, darling, nobody is going to bill you for subscribing to any YouTube channel, because subscribing to any channel is more like following somebody on Instagram. So when you follow somebody on Instagram, you don't get to receive debit alerts from your bank for subscribing, or for following somebody on Instagram. More so YouTube, you won't get a debit alert for subscribing to any YouTube channel. So all you just have to do is click on the subscribe button, so you get notified, or rather you get to see the person's post on your homepage or your timeline each time you open your YouTube app. The same way when you open your Instagram application, you get to see people's posts. That's the people you're following. You get to see their posts on your homepage. So it's as simple as that. Anytime somebody says, "Oh, please subscribe to my YouTube channel," it's just for you to see what they're doing. So you get to see their post, and then when you click on the notification bell just beside the subscribe button, you get to be the first person that get notified each time they have a new video up on the channel. The same way you turn on post notification on Instagram, you get to be notified anytime the person put up anything on their Instagram page. That's how it works. So please guys, if you've not subscribed, or you've been having these doubts in your mind about billing, that's why you haven't subscribed, well, now you know. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. Well, without further ado, let's dive right into this. I'm going to be reviewing the Jacklyn Hill eyeshadow palette in collaboration with Morphe versus the Classic eyeshadow palette. Now these two palettes are actually very lovely because I love the colors. Like, I love literally not everything, but yeah, I love the color combination, the color picks for every of the brand. This is a very wonderful one. It has both transitional colors and the colors for your eyelids, which is this, you know, around this side. You can use these colors here on your eyelids, and then you can use these three here as your transitional colors, this inclusive as your transitional colors. So as much as you can use, well, pardon, my eyeshadow palette is broken. I've rocked the life out of it, but you can still see the color still showing. I'll tell you why as far as the video goes. Anyway, for this one, you can also, these are like very vibrant colors, and there are 45 in this particular palette. These palettes are very vibrant. These colors are very vibrant, and you can apply them to your eyelids as much as you want. But before I go into details, I would love to start off with the packaging for Jacklyn Hill eyeshadow palette. I love this palette because it's very handy. It's very sleek. You know, if I want to go out and I'm probably going to a friend's place for like a day or two, and we've planned out our outings to have grooves and all of that, this would be my go-to palette. Not should, this would be my go-to palette because the colors are just very vibrant. Plus, it's very handy. It's not heavy. It's very stylish. If I don't want to put it in my bag, I probably have a small bag, I just want to hold it on the side like a notepad or whatever, I can pass with it because the packaging is just lovely, simple. Kicking off with the Jacklyn Hill eyeshadow palette. This palette has 35 lovely eyeshadow colors, as you can see. Yes, if you take a close look at this eyeshadow palette, you would observe that there are some colors that are very pigmented, and there are colors that have no shimmer at all whatsoever in them. So for this palette, you can get your transitional colors from, let's do this. You can get your transitional colors from this, you know, as well as your brown here. If you're going to do a full smoky eye, you have your black here. You have brown if you want to do just all full brown smoky eyes and whatnot. Like, this colors. I don't know, there's just something about this palette here. You can pass with it and not have a problem. You can go with just this eyeshadow palette for any trip and you're covered. Like, your eyes are going to pop with whatever colors you pick from here. And secondly, okay, I haven't really used this for about up to 3 months now, but I can assure you, well, I'm not the video, so I didn't sing assurance, but I can assure you that this is a very lovely palette. You can't just have problems with it, basically. So now let's dive right into Classic. Classic is also a very wonderful eyeshadow palette. For this particular palette, you have 45 vibrant colors. I mean, very vibrant colors. Unlike Jacklyn Hill, where you can get the transitional colors and your main color for your eyelids, you can't exactly get transitional colors from this. Reason because for me personally, I feel like all the colors are too vibrant to use as a transitional color. But on the other hand, because these colors are not so pigmented, you can use them. You can use any of I'm still even trying to figure out. Okay, yes, you can use this purple for a transitional color if you're doing a smoky eye. There are really no much of transitional colors in this palette for me. It's just, if I have to use this palette whatsoever, for whatever reason, I would need another palette for my transitional colors. Secondly, these eyeshadow palettes do not exactly work on its own without an eyeshadow base. So if you would want to use this eyeshadow palette and enjoy it, I mean, for your eyeshadow to pop properly, you need an eyeshadow base to use this particular palette. And now maybe saying that all of you may think you just don't like Classic, you just don't like Classic. Now let's have some color swatched on my skin and let's see what it looks like. So I'll be using this one here. Okay. So we're going to do two colors from the Classic eyeshadow palette and then 2 colors from the Jacklyn Hill, and then let's compare to see which is very good without an eyeshadow base. Like, I don't even need to shout, guys. I cannot shout. I don't have strength. But from this, like, you can see it already. Let me be done with the last one. Guys, take a look. No, let's like be frank with yourself. Take a look. These 2 here are Jacklyn Hill in collaboration with Morphe, and these 2 right here is Classic. Do I need to say anything extra for you to see the difference between these 2 eyeshadow palettes? Now, I'm not condemning the Classic. Classic is very lovely. I use some of their other products too. But when it comes to this eyeshadow palette, it's a no-no for me. I'd pick the Jacklyn Hill eyeshadow palette even in my sleep to this eyeshadow palette. But still, again, like I said, compared to this Jacklyn Hill eyeshadow palette, Classic eyeshadow palettes have very vibrant colors. If you're that person that does not like to have a very dull eyes, or you just want to slay your eyes and wear a very mild lipstick, this is your go-to, darling. With an eyeshadow base, this is your go-to. But if you're just the very subtle type but yet vibrant, Jacklyn Hill is your go-to eyeshadow palette, anytime, any day. But if I'm going to make a comment based on what Jacklyn should do about this eyeshadow palette, is for her to include a mirror to it. Most times people don't want to travel with so much load, so if they can just pick an eyeshadow palette from their makeup box that has a mirror, this would be an option, because it may or probably, let's assume it has a mirror, so yes, this would be an option. But since it doesn't have, I'll now start thinking of, okay, let me see if I have another eyeshadow palette that has a mirror attached to it, then I'm fine. Let me see, oh, if I can probably buy a very handy mirror that can fit into my handbag, you know. But to save some young ladies from the stress of buying extra things, please, Jacklyn, include the mirror to your next collection. That would be very lovely. And then my advice for classic, I feel like they can do better with the pigments, or I don't know if that's what is supposed to be called. I feel like they can do better with this eyeshadow or their next collection. So in a situation where I'm in a hurry or probably packed my bags and I forgot to include an eyeshadow base to my traveling bag, I can still be confident enough to use just these eyeshadows without a base. Most times we don't always have to apply base to our eyeshadow now, do we? Anyway guys, so yes, this is my opinion for Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette and classic eyeshadow palette. Like I said earlier, they are both lovely eyeshadow palettes. Like, you can basically work with the both of them, because this has a very vibrant color and this has a subtle and vibrant color as well, but not as much as classic, so you can work with both. Well, that being said, for me, the Jaclyn Hill is my win-win eyeshadow palette. I don't know about you, so tell me guys, which of these eyeshadow palettes is a win-win for you? I would love to see your comments. Drop your comments down in the comment section below. If you don't know where to drop the comments, just while you're watching the video, scroll all the way up and then you see a space below to drop comments. So you drop your comments down there and I'll be very much ready and happy to reply and, you know, see what you have to say about. And if you're new here, like I always say, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a very big thumbs up. Bye for now and see you in the next video.